Hello, YouTube. Hello to everyone in the chat and everyone watching on the VOD. This is your esteemed host, Mr. Shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you another edition of Shintigercurl Streamin. How's everybody doing tonight? All two of you watching right now. If you haven't said hello, say hi in the chat. Let everybody know you're here. So, tonight, I'm not going to do any. They're going to be doing some reading. Not going to be doing any reading tonight. Instead, we're going to play some board games. Well, specifically one board game, Root, Woodland Warfare. Yeah, this game is going to be pretty interesting. This will be my first time playing it on stream. I've only played it really once off stream to get a feel for the game, but so far I like it, and hopefully you will too. But before we get into that, you already know what time it is. It's time to get out your guns, lock and load, because it's time to shoot the shit. Yes, I hope you guys appreciate. Just as a little heads up, I did change out the music for the startup screen. It is Saxophone Under the Moon, new remix edition from the soundtrack to King of Fighters 15. Specifically, it's the theme music to Iori Yagami. It's pretty good, nice jazzy saxophone mix. Very nice to open things up. But we got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, a quick Requiem in Pace to Pope Francis, the progressive pope as they called him. He passed away early Monday morning, just after Easter. He made it all the way past Easter, and apparently his meeting with J.D. Vance was just so terrible that he had to say, I'm done, life's over, fuck it, I'm done, take me home, Dad. But it sucks. I really like Pope Francis. He was pretty cool dude, very accepting, very loving. One of the better popes we'll have in our lifetime, so good on you, my friend. Also, I feel I can say this now because I just found out about it on Saturday, like everybody else, that none other than one of the pioneers of the Let's Play format for YouTube, Mr. Proton John, is no more. As of this Saturday, she is now Claire. That's right, Proton John has transitioned over to being a woman now, going by the name Claire. Apparently, this was a very highly kept secret amongst Claire's wife, Lucagen, and his two compatriots, the Runaway Guys, Tim and Emil, aka Nintendo Capri Sun and Chuck Conroy, respectively. And I'm happy for him. Like I said in some Blue Sky, like I said in some Blue Sky stuff, I don't get trans people. I don't understand the need to do it, but as long as they are happy and not hurting anybody, they have my support. They deserve all the respect in the world for just being humans. That's all you can do for anybody. But we got to talk about some stuff. Before we jump right into the main stuff about talking about WrestleMania and everything that's happened there, I want to just talk about the fact that this weekend, Minoru Suzuki had one of his most brutal matches to date as he went head up against the hardcore legend himself, Yoshihiko. That's right, it was a completely debacle of an affair. Yoshihiko started shooting on Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki started shooting back. It was a back and forth battle. It's on YouTube. 20 minutes of excellent action. If you can get over the fact that Yoshihiko is a blow up sex doll. No, we here on Shintigercurl Streamin have all the respect in the world for hardcore legend Yoshihiko. Also, just to show how old we're getting, GCW had their usual event. I think it was Effie's Big Gay Brunch, or was it another event? I can't remember. I'm kind of blanking at the moment. But this weekend we saw the in-ring debut of none other than -1. That's right, Brody Lee Jr., the son of the dearly departed and much missed John Huber, aka Luke Harper, aka Mr. Brody Lee, made his in-ring debut as he participated in GCW's Clusterfuck Battle Royal. He was introduced by Chris Bay, who has on the mend after a severe neck injury that nearly crippled him. -1 did all right for himself, put a stunner on Joey Janela and eliminated him, thus winning his first match. There we go, -1. That's what I like to see. Yep, still skinny, but he's a 13-year-old kid. What do you expect? But he's gonna go places. Keep at it, kid. You'll be headlining Dynasty one day. So there you go. Speaking of headlining, of course, we got to talk about WrestleMania 41. It was this weekend, 2 nights. I didn't watch it myself because fuck the Fed. But general consensus on a lot of the stuff about WrestleMania 41 is that it was mid. It was completely and utterly lame. Not, oh my god, terrible, just it didn't feel like a WrestleMania. Now, there's this standing theory when it comes to WrestleMania builds, like the build will be crap, but the show tends to exceed the build. But this year the build was just bleh. It was just terrible. I don't know what to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. It just did not hit for people. It's part of the reason why I didn't want to watch it anyway. Just outside of the main event, the Rio main event, there was no match on there that warranted me spending a couple of hours of my weekend to watch it. So I just kept up with the results, and I have some things to say about some of the results. Generally speaking, that's just the general consensus that the triple threat between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley was great. I heard that the street fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest was pretty good. Kudos to the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental title that saw Dirty Dom Mysterio become Intercontinental Champion for the first time. Oh, hey, LPH. Welcome. Nice to see you. Just talking about some experiences with WrestleMania. And there was one point in the show. Yeah, exactly. I was just saying this year's was mid. There's one point in the show I want to talk about, and I'll probably put this as a separate video, as a highlight. And I want to talk about, well, okay, here's the deal. Randy Orton was supposed to face off against Kevin Owens. Owens, unfortunately, had a severe neck injury that required significant surgery. And so he had to sit out. A lot of people, specifically E-Drones, thought that Kevin Owens was it was a fake out. This was just something to play up to. It was a work, but no, it's a shoot. He legitimately had to go down. His neck was just too rough a shape, so he was out this year. So for the next 2 weeks, they had to find a replacement for Randy Orton, and he was going to hope an open challenge. Well, night 2, that open challenge was answered by none other than Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. All right. Normally, when I heard about this, I was really happy for him because I've been a fan of Joe Hendry for a long, long time. I hope I don't want that, LPH. I'm about to explain why. Because Hendry came out and he got jobbed out in under 3 minutes. About 3 minutes. Now, I know some people are going to be saying that this was good and that this was some shine for him and this was a WrestleMania moment. For me, it just felt bad because this was Joe Hendry, one of the most popular, most memeable, and most beloved guys to come out of TNA and to come out of the working relationship between WWE and TNA, and he is their current world champion. And for him to come out there and basically be treated like a joke kind of sits wrong with me, and I just didn't like that. And how do I explain this? Okay. A couple of years back, I'm going to give you a different example of a similar situation. A couple of years back when Kenny was still wrestling before his diverticulitis, they announced in a week before a dream match between Kenny and a luchador from AAA named El Hijo del Vikingo, the son of the Viking. Now, a lot of people, specifically the haters and the grifters, hated on this because no one had heard of El Hijo de Vikingo, unless you were really, really deep into Lucha Libre and AAA and whatever. You wouldn't have known who Vikingo was. I didn't know who Vikingo was. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I love Vikingo, I've been a fan of his for years. Like, no, I didn't know who Vikingo was until Kenny wrestled him. And that's okay. You're not going to know who everyone is in professional wrestling. That's impossible. There are going to be some great wrestlers that you're missing. There's probably some great wrestlers out there that I don't have no clue about it. And yeah, that's true. That doesn't help, but yeah, I'm going to get to that. So I look over Vikingo. I see some of his matches. I see some highlights of him, and the guy's fantastic. The guy is freaking amazing. And when they had the match was an absolute barn burner. It was a bloody marvelous affair. I don't remember how long it went, but they gave him a lot of time. Vikingo got his shit in, and the fans just took to him. Like, they were like, oh my god, this Vikingo kid is amazing. And he started, and even though he lost to Kenny Omega, he still came out of it looking great. So much so that he appeared on AEW TV regularly, either on Dynamite or Collision. He was something of a mainstay there. He wasn't signed to the company yet because they still had a working relationship with AAA at the time, and he was still appearing on the show. He was still appearing in Ring of Honor matches and AEW matches. But here's the thing. The commentators and the wrestlers and the presentation presented Vikingo as a legitimate superstar, even though you haven't heard of him. They presented his title. He was at the time the AAA Mega Champion, I believe their top champion. And they treated him like a visiting champion. They treated him with dignity, with honor and respect. They treated him like a big deal. They gave him enough time to showcase, hey, this is why I'm the champion of one of the top 2 brands in all of Mexico. And it made him something of a household name. And he was supposed to be Omega. That's right. And they treated him like a legitimate big deal. Now, compare this to how Joe Hendry was treated. He got 3 minutes in the ring with Randy Orton. The commentary didn't do him any justice. They just pretty much said him getting RKO'd was his WrestleMania moment. And before this, the only time that Joe Hendry ever appeared on the main roster was as a surprise entrant for this year's Royal Rumble. So, and most of his appearances on WWE TV were in NXT, the developmental brand. Now the vast majority, most if not all of TNA's matches against WWE talent have been in NXT, never against main roster talent, because they're not ready for that, at least under their thinking. So while a lot of people were like, but this were saying, oh, this was just some good shine for TNA. People gonna get more eyes on him. Like, no, this was not. Joe Hendry deserved more respect than this, and now we got folks saying Joe Hendry sucks. Joe Hendry is just a meme. Joe Hendry can't wrestle. All from this, and that sends a bad precedent. That sends a bad message that TNA is Bush League. TNA is crap. TNA isn't even worth 3 minutes on the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania. And I just hate that for Joe Hendry. He deserves so much better. He is a legitimately good to great wrestler. I just look up some of his stuff. And unfortunately now, the standard WWE fan who doesn't watch anything outside of WWE or NXT or a little bit of TNA, they're gonna see that Joe Hendry can't stand up to an aging Randy Orton. So that just sends the wrong message, and it just goes to show you that WWE does not know how to work with other companies without making them look lesser than. And this goes into my second point. One of the big news stories of this weekend was the fact that WWE/TKO had acquired AAA Wrestling, Lucha Libre AAA. For those who don't know, again I say, AAA is one of the top 2 brands in all of Mexico, the other being, of course, CMLL. And unfortunately, news has been coming out that states that the WWE is considering renaming AAA into NXT Mexico, basically erasing everything, the entire identity of AAA. I used to watch AAA a lot back in the day. I used to watch it when the guys like Cibernetico was wrestling, when Alan Stone was wrestling, when Judas Macias was wrestling, Papi Chulo was wrestling. There were a lot of guys that you might know Judas. You might know Macias. He was Judas Macias in TNA and had a short feud against Abyss. And for those of you watching Lucha Underground, he played Mil Muertes. Yes, Mil Muertes was in AAA. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, I recognize those tattoos. That's Macias. That's Macias. And I was so happy about that. So yeah, I have some history with AAA. So to hear them even tossing around this idea shows you what the WWE's intentions are. They're expanding into Mexico, but they're not trying to create allies. They're just trying to create subordinate divisions for their overall brand. And this just shows you that AEW works with other promotions. WWE just consumes them or makes them look foolish. But the consuming is probably on the market soon because of the way they treated Joe Hendry. So it might be soon that TNA might be purchasing, not TNA, WWE might be purchasing TNA. So that just left a sour taste in my mouth. But everybody's talking about the finish, the main event. Heel John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed World Heavyweight title. What I've heard about the match, at least in the beginning, was that it was slow but old school. At least that's what they said. Oh yeah. I had to look that up. LPH. I don't know if Mark Jindrak worked with them. I do know Jack Evans and Teddy Hart worked with AAA as a tag team. That's how I got to know Jack Evans. That's why seeing Jack Evans in AAA made me a fan of his. I wanted to like Teddy Hart, but then of course Teddy Hart was being Teddy Hart. But anyway, the main event comes, the last 20 minutes. And we saw interference from everybody's favorite rapper who raps over people dying, Travis Scott, who people said had an entrance longer than any Undertaker entrance ever. And he helped John Cena win. Now, I'm not mad that John Cena broke Ric Flair's record of 17 world title runs, recognized with the WWE. That's not the point. The problem is twofold. Like, why was Travis Scott still being in this? And two, where was The Rock? And this brings me to my next topic that I'm going up against. I just heard about these rumors like an hour before I went to live on air. And one of those rumors happens to be that The Rock potentially screwed over the main event to make Triple H look bad. Now, Triple H looked bad already with the shitty build and the terrible night that we had. It was just not a good weekend for the WWE. But it seems like there's some stuff going on between Dwayne and Paul that is causing some friction. Like, this might be a power struggle going on behind the scenes. Now, The Rock says that he wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. So why bring up the item? So keep in mind, The Rock has not had an appearance on WWE television since Elimination Chamber, since John Cena's heel turn. And everyone was waiting to see what The Rock's going to do, because The Rock is the final boss. We want to see what The Rock's going to do. And unfortunately, he doesn't show up. Travis Scott has appeared more in this storyline than The Rock did, and that's terrible. So, The Rock does this whole interview with Pat McAfee, and he said that he told Cena and Cody that he wasn't going to be involved in the rest of this storyline from Elimination Chamber on to now. Now, and the reason also being, we heard something similar to this from Becky Lynch, who said she wasn't going to be at WrestleMania, but then she turned out she was at WrestleMania. Now, here's the thing. There's some things that just don't jive with me. first of all, why, if he wasn't going to be all that much involved in the entire storyline, why would he be there in the first place? Why would they bring up Cody's soul and bring this up in the first place if this was the plan? And secondly, and the most important evidence of all, there's fan photos out there at WWE events, or the live events this weekend, at merch stands, official WWE merch stands, with t-shirts that said, "Finally, The Rock has come back to Las Vegas." Why would you make merch for The Rock to come to Las Vegas if he wasn't going to be there and had no participation in the entire storyline at all? I'm not saying that he did. I'm not saying he didn't do this as a FU to Triple H. I'm just giving you the evidence as I saw it, and the evidence is pointing to some really shady shit in the background. And it seemed like there's a lot of drama going on backstage at WWE. Nia Jax went on a wrestle roast this weekend, and she talked about how Cody Rhodes isn't as nice a guy as he leads people to believe, which I don't believe for a full fucking second, because he paid for housing and tickets for the Huber family to show up. If you don't know, that's the family of Brody Lee, the late great Brody Lee, who he's always been close to and he's always been taken care of, so you can get rid of that shit. Karrion Kross cuts what I call the good soldier promo of his life as he expresses his frustrations with being in the WWE and being a good soldier and seeing little to no rewards for being a good soldier. Part of that was a work, but most of that was a shoot, because yeah, Karrion Kross was legit pissed. And Bayley did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, shout out CVV, and she talked about how she lost her spot and how people have been taking advantage of her kind nature, and it just feels like she's done with the WWE at this point. Like, she is just waiting for her time to run out, and she's probably going to jump ship to AEW and join her best friend Mercedes over there. Mercedes has been doing tweets left and right and center trying to get her to come over here, like, come on over here, come over here, we have cookies and candy and we got all this kind of shit, just come over here. And it just was sad to see Bayley, one of the most happiest and most upbeat personalities in professional wrestling in WWE, just look so tired and defeated, and it broke my fucking heart to see. Oh my God, that's just terrible. Yeah, and a lot of stuff went down, and I don't really feel like talking about it, but overall, this was not a good week for the WWE, for PR wise, between Roman proclaiming that Donald Trump was gonna fix the country, and Stephanie McMahon starting a No Douchebags podcast, and her podcast host is Dana fucking White, the biggest douchebag in combat sports, to John Cena proclaiming his love for Vince McMahon, despite the fact that he knows what Vince McMahon has been doing and has done in the WWE. And to make matters worse, Paul Heyman had to open his mouth and make a stupid ass comment about a fan getting deported in this day and age. I'm like, Paul, no, there is a time and place. This is not it. This is similar to the exploitation of Eddie Guerrero after his death. Specifically, what Randy said, like, Eddie isn't in heaven, he's in hell. This feels like the timing, man. And like this might be the biggest black eye and this might be the worst week for the WWE in terms of just backstage and PR. Just so many, yes, LPH, so many fucking bad PR moves for the WWE. Whoever was doing PR that week was either high, drunk, stupid, or secretly working for Tony Khan under the table. Because a lot of WWE folks needed to shut their mouths, especially in this time and time. Yeah, so that's really all I wanted to talk about in terms of shooting the shit. So I think it's time we start getting some board games. Oh, and before I wanted to get one more thing out of the way, and this kind of broke my heart. As everybody knows, I am a big board game collector. Board gaming is a great hobby of mine. If you go into my room, I have tons and tons of board games just all over the place. They're kind of all over the place because my bookshelf kind of collapsed in on itself, so they're just kind of scattered all over the place until I can get a proper bookshelf. But I'm not talking about stuff like Monopoly or Sorry or Operation or Clue. I'm talking about some big heavy beefers like Folklore, The Affliction, the Oxygen Negotiator, Master of the Galaxy, Eclipse Second Dawn of the Galaxy, Stars of Icarios, Tamashi, Dice Throne, Marvel Champions, fucking love that game, Explore It, Shadows of Brimstone, that took up half my closet, Lord of the Rings, Journeys in the Middle Earth, Arkham Horror, the living card game, so many. This has been a hobby of mine for the last 10 years, and I enjoy it. I've met so many nice people with it. Unfortunately, all these tariffs brought upon by Donald Trump have severely impacted the board gaming community as a whole. And a lot of folks a lot of board gaming companies are just self-owned. They're private businesses, self-started businesses that create games, and a lot of the best games are crowdfunded. Yeah, they're GoFundMe and crowdfunded for hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to get their dream of creating the next big board game out there. Now, a website that I used to go to for my board gaming, Boardlandia, announced today that they're closing up shop. And they say it's because the tariffs, because a lot of board gaming companies and a lot of board gaming stores do a lot of subsidies to China and and all that other stuff, and the tariffs just are ruining the board gaming community. And I've seen, and this is like the second board gaming site that has closed up shop because of these goddamn tariffs. And it breaks my heart. I know it just sounds petty considering all this shit that Trump and his ilk are doing to the country, disappearing folks, tearing apart our institutions, just kowtowing to tyrants and shit. And it feels kind of small and childish to talk about how he's affecting a board gaming community as a whole, but it kind of hurts when it fucks with your hobbies, you know. Board gaming was an escape for me, and I bought a lot of board games from Boardlandia at great prices. So it sucks that they have to close up shop because of these fucking tariffs, and because things are just so chaotic that they can't keep their shops open. And there are a lot of board games here board game shops in Houston, and I don't want to see any of them go down. I don't want to see any company go down. And fortunately, I've seen a number of companies go down because of these tariffs, and it breaks my heart as a collector and as a man who enjoys this as a hobby to see just... That's why I'm doing what I'm doing tonight, because I just want to show my support to the board gaming community and just let you know that we're going to get through this. Yeah, we'll lose our shops, but we won't lose anything else. Hopefully that. If you're not into board gaming, try to get into it. It's a great little hobby. Brings people together. And if you don't have anyone to play with, don't worry. There are a crap ton of board games that are either one player only or can be played solo. Most of my games can be played solo. So, Boardlandia, you will be missed. All right. I think it's time for us to get to some streaming. So, Law, if you would kindly be so kind to do so. Thank you, Law. All right, let's boot this sucker up and get to playing some board games. Tasty ass board games. Let's get some board gaming going. All right. Get rid of that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting ready to play some Root. Yeah, a game of woodland might and right. Root itself is let me just adjust these levels. All right. All right, Root itself, this game is as the name would suggest. Let me just get the master volume up there. Okay. All right, I like that. All right. As I've been mentioning in Blue Sky and on my page, Root is a digital version of a very popular board game. Everyone swears by this game, saying it's one of the best they've ever played. I never had the physical copy. I just recently bought this one because it was on sale for Steam. Essentially, what you're doing in Root, you're taking the role of one of 4 factions of cute woodland creatures, and you're trying to get the most victory points. Now, the thing is, every faction plays completely different from the others. There are some similarities, but they're all working to get victory points. They all do it in different sort of ways. So, we're going to go through the tutorial just to show you how to play the game. And here we're going to play, first, we got the... So, first we're going to play the Marquis of the Cat. Alright, the invading Marquise de Cat wishes to exploit the woodland, using his vast resources to fuel her economic and military machine. She scores victory points by constructing buildings in the woodland. In a typical game, the first player to score 30 points wins. This scenario will get to 12. Alright. When you start the game as the Marquis de Cat, you place your keep at one of the 4 corners of the board. The keep is the cornerstone of your kingdom. Enemies may not build or place pieces in the clearing with your keep, but they can be moved there. So, I'm going to place our keep right here. The Marquis' enemies greatly outnumber the other factions. You start with a warrior in every clearing except for the one opposite of your keep. That is the Eyrie territory. Finally, you must place 1 building in each of the clearings of your keep, or any adjacent ones, okay? So we got a sawmill, this, and this. I'll tell you what these do. These are the birds, the Eyrie dynasties. The Eyrie have swooped in and built a roost in the empty clearing that is, and is quite well defended. All right. All right, now there are 3 points to the game. There's daylight, midday, and night. And we all go through the same cycles, but we do different things. This is just how the Marquis de Cats do it. At the start of daylight, you have the opportunity to craft a card using cards from your hand. These are our cards, and we can craft one of them if we meet the criteria. So you may review the text of each card. Okay, we got the Smuggler's Trail. This is the suit. The card. The cost to craft a card is shown on the wooden border below the suit. So this is the crafting cost right here, and this is the suit, the claw. Each workshop contributes its clearing suits towards crafting of tools. For example, you could craft this arms trader if you had 2 workshops in fox clearings. All right, I'm gonna craft the Smuggler's Trail, and that just gave me a victory point. Crafting Smuggler's Trail rewarded you with a victory point. You're on your way to 12. All right. All right. After crafting, the Marquis can take 3 actions, and the Marquis also scores when building scores victory points when building shit. So let's build. You can only build places in clearings where you rule in available spots. As long as I got soldiers in any of these spots, I rule them, so I can build them in any spot. So I'm going to build right here for the tutorial. Workshops allow you to craft cards, as we saw. Sawmills produce wood to help build more buildings. And recruiters, as you know, help recruit warriors. Let's build a recruiter. All right, so we're going to build a recruiter here. That's a victory point. Now there are 2 recruiter buildings. You can recruit 2 warriors with a single recruit action, which we're going to do here. So as you can see, we recruited. We got a recruiter building here and one here. So anytime I play recruit, any spaces with recruiters automatically just recruits it. It's 1 action for all of that. All right, move your warriors from the front lines to defend against the Eyrie. So we're going to play here. I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to move him right here. You may now move any number of warriors using one march action. We're going to move 2. March. Meow. Remember, when you choose to march, you make 2 moves. Use the second one to keep a close eye on the Eyrie. All right. I'm going to go, let's see. All right, the Eyrie are right here, so they're probably either going to go here or here. I'm going to go here. So I'm going to move both my warriors and go here. To move, you must either rule the clearing that you're moving to or moving from. This can make it tricky to move deep into enemy territory without a substantial army. All right, night phase. During the evening, you draw 1 card. You can draw additional cards, additional by having more recruiters on the map. So yeah, the more recruiters I have, the more cards you can do. Let's review the turn phases. Okay, we got to go here. Here. All right. Everyone has the same, every faction has the same kind of turns. Birdsong, which is the start of the day. Daylight, which is the midday. And evening is the resolution. So at Birdsong, for the cats, I produce 1 wood at each of my sawmills. During my day, I can first craft a card if possible, and then take 3 actions. I can battle, march, recruit, build, or overwork. And in the evening, I draw a card for each thing here that I've earned down, and I can discard down to 5. So 5 is the maximum number of cards I can have in my hand at any time. Okay, the Eyrie dynasties are going to go. The Marquis de Cat is an upstart. The lineage of the Eyrie dynasties will surely retake the forest. The Eyrie are assigning actions to their decree. That's how they play. They play completely different from the cats. So that's something to keep watch for. All right. Each faction has, of course, its unique capabilities and each of their own ways of taking actions. The Eyrie may not look like much, but their ever-growing decree will allow them to take more and more actions each turn, so long as their leader stays in power. All right. Oh, looks like they got something here. They found a weakness in our defense. Prepare to fight. All right, fighting. Yeah, fighting is very simple in this game, as you can see. And they got a roost because they control it. We may have lost the fight, but as long as your keep stands, we can heal fallen warriors at field hospitals. Discard a card that matches the suit of the clearing where your warriors were defeated to return them to the keep. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And my kitty is back. You can reveal the special abilities of unique to your faction, like the field hospitals, by tapping your avatar. All right, like it says, the field hospital, when a warrior dies, you may spin a matching card to return them to the keep. So this is their special ability. Don't retaliate just yet. Build 2 more buildings to keep up your victory points. So, okay. I can't craft any cards because I don't have the necessary crafting title, so I'm just going to skip. And I'm going to build. And since I want more cards in hand, I am going to... Okay, this one has a recruiter. I'm going to put a recruiter here. No, I don't have enough for recruitment, so I'm just going to build... I'm going to build a workshop. That way I can craft more shit. And I got 2 victory points because of it. We could use more wood for building, so let's use the overwork action to push a sawmill to produce more. So this is overwork. To overwork, you must discard a card matching the suit of one of your sawmill's clearings to gain wood. Cards with the claw symbol act as wild cards and can be used in place of any other suits, so I can use either one of these. I'll use Arms Dealer. I overwork them, so you have enough wood to make another building. You may spend any wood on the map connected to the clearing you wish to build in, so long as they're connected to the clearing that you rule, okay? I'm going to build again. And I'm going to build over here. And I could use some more wood, so I'm just going to build another sawmill. This is the tutorial, so it all goes, it's all scripted. All right. As you build more of a particular building type, it costs increase along with the victory points it earns. So it's escalating. So the next time I want to build a workshop or any of the other ones, they'll cost me 2, but I'll get 2 victory points, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. This is how they get victory points, by just building shit. You're out of actions, so I can discard this to take an extra action, which I'm going to do right now. Looks like you haven't, so we're going to recruit. 1, 2. All right, we got a new one. All right, the Airy dynasties are taking their turn. More bird warriors arrive each day. The Airy will use them to crush your pitiful forces. All right. The Airy have entered turmoil. Their leader has been deposed. So they lose or roost. All right, our turn. Continue scoring points by defeating the Airy by destroying their roosts, constructing buildings, and crafting items to get rewarded for victory points. Okay. All right. Got no cards to craft, so we get a go. Okay. We got 5 Airy warriors in here to my 3. I kind of want to meet them head on, so I'm first and foremost, I am going to recruit. Then I am going to move these warriors over here, march them over here, march. And let's see, I'm actually going to move this guy. No, wait, I'm not going to move him. I want to build something over here first. All right. All right, I'm gonna march to one guy. Oh, march him over there. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. I'm gonna build. All right. Since I control this clearing, I'm gonna build. I'm gonna build another recruiter. Get some more people on board. 2 victory points. I'm at the 7 of the 12 I need. End of the day. I draw cards. The dynasties are going. All right, they're going in here. We might have a battle. Oh, we have a battle already. It's 5 against 5. Let's see. Ambush. You may ambush an ambush in a clearing at the start of a battle. Defenders may play any defender may play to deal 2 immediate hits. Cancel the attacker. Oh. I'll play ambush. So I took out 2 of them before the battle even started. So now this is 3 against 5. All right. All right. As far as battles go, I don't think they explained it well. I don't think they explained it. When a battle happens, you each side rolls a dice. That's got 3. That's from 0 to 3. Now, whatever they roll, that's how many hits they hit. And for every hit they do, they take out that same number of attackers. They take out that same number of the opposite side. They got 3, so they took out 3 of mine. I had rolled a 1, so I took out 1 of theirs. So now we're down to 2. All right, so let's see. Code breakers. I don't want to look at his hand, so we're just going to skip that. Okay. Let's see. I got 2 wood. I think I'm gonna build a workshop here. Gets me 2 more victory points. I'm up to 9. I am going to recruit. Also down here, this is where all my resources are. I have 8 warriors in reserve. But once I use up all the warriors in my reserve, that's it for them. So I can't recruit anymore. So this is the maximum. Though once all this is gone, that's the maximum number of warriors I can have on the field. This is how much wood I have, and this is how many cards I draw at the end of the day. All right, let's see. Okay, I can't build. So you know what? I've already recruited. So let's see if we can't clear out some more. Clear out these last two. Roll. Excellent. Your advantage as the attacker lets you have the higher dice roll to the right. That's cool. So he took out one of mine, but I took out both of his. Murder. I got 2 cards. All right, the dynasties are going next. Friggin' birds. Okay, so he's reinforcing over there. Okay, we got a fight over here. 2-on-1. Roll. Stalemate. All right, my turn. Sawmills. I got 2. Okay, let me see. What do I need? Okay, I get that. You know what? I'm going to play this, get 2 more victory points. I just only need 1. So so I got, let me see. Can I build anything? I'll just go here. I can only build a sawmill, but that should be enough to give me the number of victory points I need. All right, we won. And just like that, we defeated the Eyrie dynasties as the kitties. All right, as you can see by the check marks, I already completed this tutorial and this one, so I'm going to go through all of them. These are the expansions: the clockwork, the lizards, the otters, the moles, the crows, the rabble-rousers, and the badgers. They all play differently, but I don't have the expansion. Hopefully somebody in the chat will kindly donate. Oh, hey, Devil. What's going on? Yeah, thanks for showing up. Like I said, we're playing Root. To help you help you out with this, Root is a game of woodland warfare where you have different factions of woodland creatures, and they're all battling for control of a forest. We just finished the tutorial for the Marquis de Cats, or the Cats. The whole goal of the game is just is for each faction to try to score the set number of victory points you need to win. Each one gets victory points a different way. The cats get victory points from battles and building buildings, and now we're going to play as the Eyrie dynasties, or the birds. This is just a tutorial, so we're just showing you how each faction plays. Alright, this is the woodlands. This is all the wood. The proud Eyrie dynasties wish to reclaim the glory of their once great aristocracy and retake the woodland from the Marquis, the Cats. They score each turn by building and protecting roosts in the woodlands. You begin with a roost and 6 warriors. Roosts are the Eyrie dynasty's only building type. They are used to craft cards from your hands, recruit warriors, and score victory points each turn. We need a leader who can expand our avian empire. Let us attack the despot, since he will allow us to build from turn 1. Okay. The thing with the Eyrie dynasties is they typically do decrees, as far as I remember. They do decrees, and every so often one of their leaders would get deposed. So they don't always have the same leader, unlike the Cats, who only have one leader, the Marquis or Marquez. I forget which. All right, so this is the tutorial. They say we're going with the despot, which is the fucking vulture. Those are the... All right. The area must follow the official decree each turn. Each column of the decree is associated with a different action. Your leader determines the initial actions of your decree. In this case, move and build. Each turn, you must add 1 or 2 cards to our decree. Only one card may be added. Only one card added may be a claw. Let's do the mouse one. Okay, we're gonna. All right, we're gonna go to the recruit action. As your decree grows, you can do more and more each turn. When you assign cards to your decree, only their suit applies. If you want to use a card's effect, you must save it for the crafting phase. During daylight, you may craft cards from your hand using roosts. Each roost contributes to the suit of its clearing towards paying its cost, much like marquee workshops. Your roosts is in the mouse clearing, which will allow you to craft sappers. This card will come in handy if you're attacked. So this is a card. So the sappers, in a battle as a defender, you may discard this card to deal an extra hit. All right, we're bringing up sappers. All right, I have no cards to craft this turn at the end of my turn, so I'm just going to go. During daylight, which is the mid-turn, your decree is resolved from left to right. Recruit a warrior in a roost matching the suit of your decree assignment. So my decree goes here, my recruit a warrior here. Claw assigned to a decree can be used in any clearing. The claw basically acts as a wild card. Move 3 warriors to the fox clearing. 3 warriors allow you to maximize hit potential of your dice roll in battle. So we're going to get this one, and we're going to move down to this one. This cat is all by himself, and I'm going to move 3 warriors. We skip the battle action because you do not have any cards assigned to the battle column in the decree. Finally, we can build a roost, and we can build our second roost. So we're going to pick this one, and we'll build another roost. At the start of your evenings, you score victory points from your roosts. Select your avatar for more details, all right? The roost track shows the progress towards retaking the forest. The more roosts you have, the more victory points you score each turn. So yeah, these are the number of roosts. So the more roosts I have, I can draw more cards because of this little symbol, and the more victory points I can score. All right, and these are the special effects. Each faction has their own special effects. For the birds, the Eyrie dynasties, you rule any clearing where you were tied for presence, meaning that you have the equal number of warriors. And disdain for trade, when crafting items, you can only score 1 victory point. So there's that. All right, we have 2 roosts, and we draw a card. All right, it's the cat's turn. Those bird brains think they can retake the forest? Not on our prowl. All right. They're using... Okay, he's building another recruiter. He's recruiting. And he's moving. You can move twice for his... When you move twice. Okay. Our turn next. New day. A new opportunity to add to your decree. Let's add a card to recruit so we can get more warriors each turn. All right, so we're going to take this and move it over here. Each turn you assign a second card to a decree. Assign a mouse card to the battle column so that we can fight the marquee in the clearings. So we move here and move it to the battle. Nothing to craft this turn. No matter, your disdain for trade limits your reward for crafting items to a single victory point. Trade, like many things, is quite literally beneath you. Because we're birds and we are literally above the law. No, it's the game. As far as board gaming go, as far as the board games go, Devil, this one is incredibly simplistic but very complex. So once you get a handle on what each faction does, the game flows like water. So because every faction has their own rules and assignments, you don't have to be constantly looking in the rule book because you're all playing your different factions that do different things. So this whole decree stuff, this is solely for the Eyries. They're the only faction that does this. The cats don't do this. So All right, we got to choose a clearing to add some warriors. All right, since we're going to go to battle in this one, I'm going to increase our odds. And since we're recruiting again, I'm going to go here. Move 3 warriors into the clearing, the mouse clearing, with your opponent's recruiter set to battle. All right, so we're going to move here. And we're going to move here. All right, since there are 2, let me see. All right, this will be okay since it'll be 2 versus 1. So we're just going to go over here and move our... All right, move over here. A foul smell hangs in the air. The Airy must be approaching. Time to fight. Make those dirty dirt dwellers tremble at the presence of your aerial warriors. All right, time to fight. Combat is very simple. So we killed both of them, and we lost one of our warriors. As I was explaining earlier, Devil, when you get into battle, you roll a dice with 0 to 1 on to 0 to 3 on it, and whatever you roll, that's the number of hits you get on the other side, and how many hits determines how many you kill. I rolled a 1. I at least rolled a 1, and so I was able to kill this guy and take out the rest of his. He rolled a 1 and took out one of my guys, so I still have some presence here. All right, what a glorious battle. We must rule a clearing to place a roost there. Warriors and beardlings in clearings contribute to who rules it. The Airy always win ties. So we command this clearing, so we're going to build a roost. You can now draw an additional card during the evening for every 3 roosts you have in play. I have 3 roosts, so I get 2 cards. All right, it's the cat's turn. So they're the field hospital, their special ability. So their sawmills make, so he's moving over here. Oh man, it's 2-on-1. Roll. Select sappers, the card you crafted to take out an additional enemy. This is the card that we made earlier. Since we are being attacked, we're the defender. So we're just going to discard this. And we can now add an extra hit to this, so we take them out, and it's basically mutually assured destruction. I lost my warrior, and now my roost is done. So they're building another sawmill, and that's the end of their turn. All right. I feel turmoil approaching, but you must add to the decree each turn, no matter what. Make an assignment. Make an assignment now. Just don't worry too much about where, okay? All right, let's see. All right, we lost our guys over here. So I think we're going to recruit. No, we can't. Let's see. I think. Do we have anybody to battle? We're going to build and recruit. Okay, we'll go to this. The decree is passed. So we're going to go. All right, we're going to go here to recruit some warriors. No clearing to recruit no clearings to recruit in that match the decree. Now we enter turmoil. Squawk! We have fallen into turmoil because we couldn't perform all the actions in our decree. See, that's the problem with decrees. You can get a lot done, but if you can't do anything because you don't have the necessary tools, you have turmoil, and your leader gets deposed. Those malevolent marquis destroyed your only roost in the fox clearing last turn, leaving you with no fox clearings to recruit from. Due to turmoil, you discard all the cards in your decree and lose 1 point for each discarded claw. You then select a new leader and proceed into the evening. Okay. We lose all these cards. All right. We got a choice of a builder, who can move and recruit, a charismatic leader who can battle and recruit, and you have a commander who can attack and battle and deal an extra hit. Okay, I'm going to choose the commander. Avoid turmoil requires careful placement of cards to your decree. Try to match suits to the clearings you plan to interact with. While clause may lose you victory points during turmoil, but offer flexibility and prevent that from happening. All right. Cat's turn. What are they going to do? Of course, they're building wood. They do that automatically each turn. Building a sawmill, which gives them victory points. They're overworking so they can build extra, and they're building a building here, a workshop. All right. You look ready to take action from here. Destroy enemy buildings, craft cards, and build and protect roosts to get a victory point score of 10 and complete the scenario. If you're having trouble deciding where the card suits the decree, you can always minimize it to review the map. All right. Once you have a better idea of your battle position, re-expand a decree and assign cards. Okay. Okay, we got a roost here. All right, let's get rid of this. Okay. We got a roost here, and a roost here. Let me just zoom in. I control this. Let's see. All right, we already got this. All right, there's a guy over here. Okay, so we can only do one this turn. So I think it would be in our best interest. Okay. All right, we're going to build. And we're going to go forward. All right, no cards to craft. Okay, we're going to recruit some warriors. I'm going to recruit warrior over here. And we're going to move over here. Just to hedge my bet, I'm going to move 3 warriors over here. See if we can't kill this guy. And we are going to go head up against this guy. All right, you damn cats. All right, nice. Thanks to our commander, we got an extra hit in battle, and we took them all out. Nice. All right, next turn, we'll be able to build a roost over there and get some more victory points. All right, they're activating Field Hospital to get back some of the cash they lost in that combat. Getting some wood. He's building a workshop over there, which gives them victory points. They're recruiting. Okay, they're going over here. All right. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Remember, if you are unable to perform an action assigned to your decree, your flock will fall into turmoil. All right. All right, let's see where we're at right now. Okay. All right, we got a fight over here. Okay, what is this? Okay, I'm going to build right here. I'm going to build a roost in the mouse area, and we're just going to go forward. We can't craft anything. We ain't got no cards. All right. Let's see. Who do I want to recruit? Let's go over here. Hi. Let's see. I'm going to move you. I'm going to move 3 of you over here. Move 2 of you over here. Battle. Let's see. We can wipe him out. All right, here we go. Battle! Battle! All right, You score 1 victory point for every enemy building and token removed. Removing warriors does not score a VP. Okay. All right, that's 1 kitty down, and we only lost 1 of ours. Die, kitty. And we took out his building, so we took out his building, so it earns us victory points. All right, and we're right here next to a recruiter, so I'm gonna build a roost over here. All right, we're in good position. All right, let's go to the evening. We got 3 roosts to build. We got 2 victory points, 4 away from 10. All right. Oh shit! The cats are moving out. Oh shit! They built another thing there. Shit. They're overworking, so they get more wood that way. All right, our turn. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let me see what we can do. All right, let me take this down. All right, we got a bat. We can fight these rabbits over here. I want to build over here. All right, let me see. Okay, I think I know what to do. Okay. I'm gonna move. I can move the claws are free action, so I can do them with any of these suits. But this one, it requires a rabbit, so I'm not gonna. Let's see. All right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here, and let's see. I'm gonna craft this to give me an extra victory point. What? Here we go. 7 victory points. We're almost there. No cars to craft, so we're moving on. All right, we're gonna recruit some warriors. All right, I want to still maintain a strong military presence right here because I don't like this guy being here. So we're gonna beat his ass. All right. I still want to keep at least 1 over here just so I can keep a presence over here so I can build up another roost. All right, we got 3 over here. I already got a roost over here, so I want to try to establish a field presence over here. So I'm going to move this guy over here. All 3 move over here. All right, we are going to battle. All right, I want to score some more victory points, so hopefully we can take out the guys in this clearing. Battle. 3 versus 2. All right. We get an extra hit from the attacker. We lost most of our squad, but we won the battle. 3 cats dead. Down. All right, we're going to build our roost over here. Can't build a roost in a rabbit spot because there's no open building slots that you control, and that enters turmoil. So our leader has been deposed. All right. All right, I think I want to choose the builder. All right, we lost the leader there, but that's okay. We need 2 more points to win, but let's see what the cats are doing. Getting their wood. They're playing Smuggler's Trail, which gets them an extra victory point. All right, they're building a recruiter center. They're recruiting, and they're moving. 1. All right, let's see. All right, I have a fox and a wild, so okay, I already have some folks over here, so that's good. All right, I want to build over here, so I'm gonna use this to build. And this is a claw, so it can be anything. I still want to win some battles, so I'm going to use this as a wild to do the battle decree. So let's go to daylight. Nothing to craft, but that's okay. All right. This one is 2 undefended, so I'm going to just recruit here. Let's see. Shoot. All right. Okay, I'm going to move these guys over here to take out this lone cat. Hopefully. All right. Let's see. I need to get some victory points. I could attack some easy victory points. I'm going to attack this workshop. It's defenseless, so I automatically win it. And that's the end of the workshop. A victory point. And since I just destroyed that workshop, I am going to pick this to shut up a roost. One more turn to go. All right, draw my cards. Oh. Scenario ended. All right, we beat the tutorial for the birds. The Airy dynasties have ruled. Yeah, and now the Airy dynasties, you saw them. It's kind of complicated to it's a bit more complicated to play than the cats, but that's okay. I'm not gonna play it as a practice game. I want to get all the other ones done. So okay, we played it as the Aries and we played as the cats. Now we're gonna go play with the Woodland Alliance. Let's see how these guys play. We're going up against the cats. Board getting set up. The upstart Woodland Alliance wishes to unite the creatures of the forest and revolt against their oppressors. They score by spreading sympathy for their cause across the woodland. Being the underdogs, we won't start anything. We won't start with any warriors or buildings on the map. Instead, we begin with 3 supporters who can spread sympathy tokens to our cause. Each clearing where we can spread sympathy has a supporter cost. Spend a fox card to supporter to spread sympathy to a fox clearing below. Okay. All right, here's our sympathy. We can spread sympathy multiple times in one turn if we have the supporters, so long as we expand from existing sympathy clearings. Okay. Select a second clearing to support this to spread sympathy. All right. I'm going to spread some over here. We got sympathy points. Okay. Nice work. Placing our second sympathy scores us 1 victory point. Select your avatar to more about scoring sympathy. All right. As we go higher on the sympathy track, gaining sympathy costs more supporters and scores more victory points. So more we need. So the more we need 1 more, and we'll score another point. More sympathy, and so on and so forth. So there we go. At the start of daylight, sympathy contribute the suit of their clearing towards paying crafting costs, just like the airy roosts and the marquee workshops. Let's start crafting. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get a crossbow. All right. Hey. Use mobilize to turn the remaining cards in our hand to supporters. You can not hold more than 5 supporters until you build no more than 5 supporters until you build a base. So we're going to turn this into a sympathy, and this into a sympathy. The revolution has awakened, but now it's time to rest. Okay, it's the cat's turn. Don't listen to that woodland rabble. Ignore the heresy. The heresy. The heresy. Somewhere an inquisitor just lost his mind. The Marquis is your rightful ruler. All right. Cats, he's building a workshop. And he's moving. All right, our turn. Building support is just a beginning. Now it's time to rise up and revolt. Select a clearing. We must spend 2 supporters matching the suit of the clearing to cause a revolt. So we have to spend and successfully revolted. A revolt destroys all opposing units, tokens, and buildings in that clearing. Then you build a base there with warriors equal to the number of sympathetic clearings of the same suit. We only have 3 base types. Mouse, fox, rabbit in the forest. 1 for each clearing type. It looks like an officer has arrived as well as at our new base. He'll help direct our evening military operations. Alright, we got an officer. Alright, sympathy phase. We're going to spread some sympathy. Alright, let's see. We got, let's see, mouse clean. Since there's nobody here, we're going to go here. Hello. You can craft or mobilize the card in your hand. It's up to you. Let's see. Let's see. Let's mobilize. You now have access to a number of evening military operations equal to your officers. I only have 1. Use your 1 military action to recruit a warrior. Alright, we're going to recruit. Alright, draw 2 more. Cat's turn. Their field hospital activates, so they get back the guys they lost. Time to quell the rabbit rousers. God damn it with these puns. Oh, they're going in our base. When an opponent moves warriors into a sympathetic clearing or destroys a sympathy token, it causes outrage. This forces your opponent to add a card from their hand that matches the clearing to your supporters. You son of a bitch! Alright. 2 on 2. You are being attacked. Thankfully, the Woodland Alliance are masters of guerrilla warfare. When defending, you take the higher die in combat if you were the attacker. So if they rolled a higher number than... Yep. We slaughtered them. Fuck you, cats. We were outfoxed! God damn it. Alright. There'll be another recruit center. Okay. It's our turn. Spread sympathy, craft cards, and remove enemy buildings to score 15 points and complete the scenario. No clearing to revolt in, so we're going to press the continue button. No clearing to spread sympathy in. You have a new daylight action, training. Discard a card from your hand matching the suit of one of your bases to train an officer, allowing you to take more evening actions. All right. Let's see, I got a building here, and this is a wild, so it can be anything. So I think I'm going to use the wild. We got an officer. More officers. Officers come from the same reserve as your warriors. Beware, when this supply runs out, you can't recruit either type. So this is my reserve. All right. Choosing an action. Let's see. Once in daylight, you may remove one of your warriors to draw a card. I don't think I want to do that. So I think I will just get more supporters. Mobilize some more supporters. All right. And we're going to recruit another warrior from our base. And we'll recruit 1 more. I want a strong presence on the field. All right, we're done. All right, the cats are going. They're building another workshop, getting more points. There we go. They're overworking to get more wood. It's our turn now. No revolt needed. No, can't do a revolt. All right, we're going to spread some sympathy. All right, this will cost me 2 foxes, 2 supporters. All right, we got 1 more. We need to spread more sympathy to choose some actions. Let's see what this does. In battle as the attacker, you may deal 1 extra hit, but the defender scores 1 point. All right, we're gonna craft this. And let's see. I'm actually gonna end my turn. And all right, here we can move some stuff. So, all right, all right, we're gonna move. Let's move these guys over here. 2. And let's battle. We don't like you cats. Get out. Down with the kitty oppressors. All right, we took them out. All right. Marquis the cat's turn. All right. They're overworking. They want to build some more stuff. Overworking again. Damn, they're getting a lot of wood. Okay. No clearing to revolt. That's okay. Can't spread any sympathy because I ain't got nothing to do. All right. Let's see. I want to add to my supporters a mouse clearing. And I don't need 2 of these, so I'll just do this. And I'll save this one for last. All right, and what does this do? Nah, I'm not going to do that. Actually, I am going to train up an officer so I can do more in combat. All right, let's go. No, sorry about that. Let's see. I got 2 warriors. He's got 3 over here. Got 1 over here. All right. Let's recruit. And we're going to recruit 1 more time. I can recruit twice again but I'm running out of folks to do this with. And we are going to mobilize this guy. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Let's see. All right. Let's actually move. So we're gonna move these guys. I'm gonna move 2 guys over here. 1, 2. Oh, that's too many. What's going on? Use the organize action to sacrifice a warrior for sympathy. And I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna just complete my turn and draw my cards. All right, it's the cat's turn. All right, they're building some root tea to get 2 extra victory points. All right, we're in the revolt phase. Okay, so we got enough to revolt. And I am going to revolt right here. Revolt! And no more clearings to revolt in. No clearing to spread any sympathy. And press the continue button. All right. Let's see. Got some guys over here that's gonna throw some shit over there. Let's see. I need some more supporters, so I'm gonna mobilize. And I think I'm gonna spend a... let's see. And let's see. Got that. And All right, we're gonna move. Gonna move over here. We're gonna have ourselves a battle. And battle. All right, battle. Oh man, it was mutually assured destruction. We got a mad on our hands. Damn. I got no choice. I gotta rebuild up my forces. That's all I can do. Yeah, the cats are jerks. All right. Ah, shit. Oh, you got outrage. Because your opponent has no cards that match the suit of the clear when the outrage was caused, they must reveal their hand and you get a random supporter instead. Alright, we'll take that. Give me that shit. Who told you you could come in here? We get some more support. Stay out of our territory. Alright, we are going to revolt. Alright, we're going to keep going. And now we're going to spread some sympathy. And we're going to spread it over here. Alright, choose next action. Alright. Let's see what we can craft. Remove all enemy pieces from mouse clearings. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. Craft. Favor of the mice. Remove all these pieces from all mouse clearings. Get rid of that. Go away. Burn you down. Go away. Burn you down. Look at this. All right, I don't want to choose any actions. All right, I'm just gonna mobilize so I can spread some more sympathy next turn. Action. All right, I'm not gonna go here. There's two there. I don't think I could win a fight with that. So I can only recruit one more time. And I'm not gonna do anything. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. Nothing what I can do. So just give me these. All right, the cat's turn. They had to sacrifice some cards to get some more cats back. They're building up a recruitment office. Oh, why did you come in here? Give me that. And they're building that. All right, our turn. No revolts. And we're going to spread some sympathy over here. And that's more than enough to give us a victory point. All right. All right. We won with the Woodland Alliance. Yep. All right, then. And now we're going to the last faction of the base game, the Lone Warrior. This is unique because, unlike the other ones, this is not a faction. This is just one guy. This is just the loner. And from what I remember, he has his playstyle is pretty cool. All right. The wily vagabond wishes to gain fame, or infamy, in the midst of this brewing conflict. He scores by completing quests for the creatures of the woodlands and by aiding and harming the other factions. Alright, so we got the cats and the Woodland Alliance. Your vagabond character is represented by a single pawn that can move and fight like a warrior and begins the game in the forest. Being early risers, the vagabond can slip between forest clearings each bird song. Let's slip into this clearing. So he can pretty much go anywhere he wants. These are your actions. Your available actions are mostly determined by the items that you hold in your satchel. When an item is used to perform an action, it is exhausted. You cannot take the action again until the item is refreshed in Birdsong. Ruins are scattered throughout the map that hold new items for the vagabond. Explore the ruins in your space using the torch icon. All right, we're gonna go here. Explore. And we got a victory point for it. Exploring gives you 1 victory point and a hammer that can be used to craft items from your hand. Move to a mouse clearing onto your right to craft the required card of that suit. All right, we're going to move to this mouse clearing. Each hammer you exhaust contributes 1 towards crafting cards with the cost matching the shoot of your clearing. Collecting more hammers will allow you to craft more expensive cards. Craft a mouse and a sack to score 1 victory point and gain a sack item. So, mouse and a sack. I got a victory point and I got a sack. Craft, okay. The number of items you can hold is limited by 6 slots in your satchel. Each sack item you acquire increases the amount of standard items that you can store in your back by 2. The satchel cans and these don't take up any room in your satchel and provide their effects automatically without needing to exhaust them. Most of your items are exhausted, so it's daylight and rest. All right, the cat's turn. Building wood. They're building a recruitment office. They're recruiting. Moving over here. Time for the Woodland Alliance. They're spreading sympathy. They're forging a crossbow to get more victory points. And they're mobilizing. My turn now. During Birdsong, you refresh 3 items. This makes your actions available again. I see the Woodland Alliance as a crossbow for trade. Slip through the forest to head your way there. Now move into the mouse clearing, the clearing sympathetic to the Woodland Alliance. All right, we're gonna go here. You can give a matching card, your matching clearing suit, to another player to clearly improve your relationship with them. All right. I'll give you this arms dealer, my friend. You must exhaust an item of your choice to aid. Exhaust your sack. If the player you aid has crafted any items, they'll be able to give you 1 in return. So I'll get this crossbow. Thank you. And our relationship with them is proof. Thanks to the aid, friend. Be careful with that crossbow we just gave you. Exhausted items always take up room in your satchel, even these 3, and won't provide any effects until you refresh them. The crossbow can be used to remove warriors without needing to battle. You can even use crossbows to remove a building or a token so long as its owner doesn't have a warrior there. You can now use it on those unsuspecting cats. Yeah, fuck the cats. Fuck you. Eat a dick, cat. Eat a dick. On guard! That wily vagabond is no friend of the Marquise. Oops, I probably should have mentioned that killing enemy warriors will make them hostile towards you for the rest of the game. Such is the life of a vagabond. Once an enemy is hostile, your infamy scores you an extra victory point each time you remove one of their pieces in battle. However, you must exhaust extra boots to move through spaces with hostile warriors. Use your sword to battle a weakened army. The maximum number of hits you deal is determined by how many swords you have, even if they're exhausted. All right. Shank. And that's a dead cat right there. Press continue to end your turn. All right. The cat's turn. So it's clear that we're no friend of the cats, but we're the friends of the Woodland Alliance. Oh shit, they're coming, man. They sparked an outrage since they moved into the Alliance's territory. Sparked outrage again, god damn it. Stop that. Oh, they just want to take me out. God damn it. This doesn't seem like a fair fight. Let's see. Choose items to damage. Let's close this. Close. All right, continue. Ah, so you sacrifice items to stay alive. Okay, I see what's going on. All right, the Alliance is going. They're spreading sympathy. More sympathy. Building some traveling gear. All right, my turn. All right, we're gonna refresh this, this, and this. Continue. Many of our items were damaged in your last battle and are useless until we repair them. Slipping through the forest lets you repair all your items during the evening and will protect you from being attacked by enemy units. There are a few actions you can take in the forest. Press to continue to move to the evening. All right. All of our stuff is being repaired. All right, the cat's turn again. Get their wood. They're building that knapsack to give them that and an extra victory point. Building, getting more wood. Building some more workshops. The Woodland Alliance. All right, they're mobilizing twice. 3 times. My turn now. Now that your items are in tip-top shape, you should be able to take on a quest. A bear is rampaging through a mouse clearing nearby. Slip in there to see if we can help. Select your quest action to see what you need to do to fend off the bear. You have what it takes to fend off the bear. To complete a quest, you need to be in the clearing matching the suit and exhaust the required items. All right. All right, pick a reward. The VP point reward is for each quest is increased for 1 each. You have completed for each one of you completed the same suit, so we're gonna get some victory points. After you complete a quest, draw a new one. You can review the 3 active ones anytime by selecting the quest book. Reach your next relationship level with the Woodland Alliance by aiding them twice in 1 turn. To improve your relationship with the 2nd and 3rd levels, you must aid 2 and 3 times respectively in a single turn. Okay. Other players don't have items to trade for aid, both with trade for them, but you do have to give them a card. Each time you increase your relationship with a faction, you gain more VP. When you reach the final level of your relationship, you become allied and earn 2 VP every time you do an additional aid. Okay. Let's see. We're going to aid. All right. You can have this. I'm going to exhaust the knapsack. And I'll take the boots. All right, thank you very much for that. Your effort is appreciated to show you that you are a true comrade to the Alliance. All right, we're going to help them out again. This time we're going to give them this. And I'm going to exhaust this. Here you go. Explore another ruin to complete another quest and score 15 scenario. Okay. Good job. All right, let's see. I can't fight, can't craft. Do I want? We're in the mouses area. No, can't do that. All right. Your satchel is overcrowded. Choose an item to discard. I'm gonna get rid of this boot. I don't need an extra boot. All right, the cat's turn. Filthy ass cats. Building up their reputation. Look at that. Look at them, these bastards. Okay, they're overworking some stuff. Woodland Alliance's turn. What are they gonna do? Okay, they're revolting. So they have a base established here. They're crafting scouting party. All right, my turn. Let's see. Let me see. Do I have any quests? Claim. Buried in a fox clearing. Let's see. I need a. Where's a fox clearing? Okay, I'm gonna go here. All right. I can't move. Let's see. Let's see. I can't move anywhere, so I'm just gonna end my turn. Alright, the cats are doing some shit. They built another recruitment office. Damn. Were they recruiting? Doing a lot of recruiting. They're gonna overwork one of them things, and they're building that. Alright, the Alliance is going next. Alright, they're gonna build that and train up their officers. Alright, our turn. Alright. Go here. Let me see. Alright, repairing the shed. We're gonna go here and... Alright, can we complete this? Alright, I need a hammer and an anvil. I can do that. Come on, let me. Alright. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to fight this guy if I can avoid it. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. Yeah, these cats don't like me. Maybe because I shanked them in the back that one time, but I'm just gonna stay away from them for now. Screw them cats. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, they're going in there. Outrage. Screw the cats. Alright, the Alliance is gonna go. Alright. Alright, at least we don't have to worry about the Woodland Alliance. We're cool with them. Alright, let me see one of my quests. Okay. I can go to a bunny location, but let's see, close. I can't do the middle one because I don't have a pot. I only got one sword, so I can't do this one. So I need to go to a bunny location. All right. Hopefully there's a bunny location with someone from the Alliance that I can trade with. Shoot. Let's see. Oh, I can go here. All right, I'm gonna explore some ruins. See what I got in here. Ah, another sword, just what I needed. So I can complete that other quest. And since we are in a location with an Alliance member, I'm going to... Okay, exhaust this. I'll take another hammer. Thank you. Let's see. There's one cat here, so you know what? I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna throw hands with him. This is for breaking my shit, goddammit. No! Oh, yeah, that's right. Good. That's one dead kitty. Tell him I sent ya. All right, let's see. Can we... Let's see. I can move. No, I'm not in the. I'm not in any area that I can do these with, so I can't craft. Actually, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move over here because those kitties are gonna be after me, and I'm just gonna end my turn right there. Let's see. I'm gonna get rid of the sack. I don't need the sack right now. All right, the cat's turn. I know the cats are gonna come after me because I was busy shanking them. Oh. The cats attack the Woodland Alliance's base. Oh, man. The Woodland Alliance is getting their asses kicked. But it causes outrage so they can get cards. Okay, the Woodland Alliance, they got to do something against these cats. Come on, guys. I helped you out. All right, crafting tax collector. Train up some officers. All right, they're mobilizing twice, 3 times. Hey guys, remember me? I'm that guy. I'm the guy that you're cool with. Okay. All right, we need to score some more points. Let's see what our quests are. All right, I can stand guard. I can do this one, so I need to go to a mouse clearing. But the cats are over here in the fucking mouse clearing. Okay, oh, I can go here. I'm gonna go here. All right, I'm gonna complete a quest. Gain 2 victory points for it. Let's see. All right, I can trade. Hold on. They control the bunnies over here, so I can. All right, I need some friendly. Oh, okay. I see what I can do. I could go down here. I'm gonna. And that's right. I am going to move down here, and I'm going to increase my relationship with the Woodland Alliance. Here. Let's see. I'm gonna exhaust the crossbow. I'll take a hammer. Thank you. All right, let's increase our relationship with them again. We're going to aid you again. Here, you can have this. I'll exhaust my hammer for now. I'm not going to be crafting anything anytime soon. Okay. And we're going to aid you one more time because we're just so... I'm just so cool with the Alliance. The Alliance loves me. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. See? You are now plus allied with the Woodland Alliance. Each time you give them aid, you will score VP. You may use you also command their warriors in the clearing to move and fight alongside you. Oh, okay. All right. Oh. Yeah. So that means I can fight. I don't have to worry about the cats giving me grief when I'm going on quests. So I can just... Yeah, guys, I'm real cool. Can you guys help me out with these damn cats? I just need to do what I want to. So the cats are doing this. They're going to play armorers. They're getting 2 extra victory points. All right. They're building up a workshop. Tax collector. Overworking to get some more wood. All right, there we go. The Woodland Alliance, our boys. Yeah, we're friends. We're all friends here. And we got a revolt. Nice. Screw you, cats. And we got another revolt over here. Look at that Woodland Alliance. Look at me helping these guys out. When your vagabond is in clearing with the revolt, they must damage 3 items. All right, I'm going to damage this, this, and this. Sad, but it had to happen. I'm sorry. They're sorry about it. They know that they know I don't mean it. All right, they're training another officer. They're mobilizing 3 times, 4 times. And they're moving in the area with me. All right, I feel very, very safe. Oh, they're going on the attack against the cats. Oh, we got a battle on our hands, though. 4 on 2. Oh, let's see. Oh, come on, cat. Come on, Woodland Alliance. Yes, yes. Oh, no, the cats put up too much of a fight. Okay. Let's see. Let me check my quests real quick. I'm gonna refresh this, and this. Okay, I got what I needed. Oh shit, no I don't. No, I do not. All right, I'm gonna try to help these guys out if I can. Okay, I can get this. I can get this. All right, let me see. I just need to build this. I don't have a hammer to build, but that's okay. You know what? I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna help the Alliance out. I'm gonna move these 2 over here. And we are just gonna kick the crap out of these cats. Hey, cats. What the heck? What the heck? Don't tell me it froze. No. 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 Oh, no. Oh, no. Rats. I was supposed to attack you. Come on. Ah. Ah. Ah, it locked up on me. Damn. Oh well, we'll just yes, we'll forfeit. All right, so that was basically root. That was the tutorial for root. All right, I think we're ready for a full game. We're gonna do a quick full game. Devil, since you're in this one, I'm gonna let you pick one. So who do you want me to play as for this first game? You want to play as the cats, the birds, the Alliance, or as the vagabond? I'll let you pick. Yeah, look at them. They're just vibing, just chilling on the riverbank. All right. Who do you want me to play as, Devil? Yeah, they opted for violence, but a fool's game and opted for peace. Yeah. So Devil, who do you want me to play as in this for the first game, for the first official game? That was just a tutorial. The cats, the birds, the woodland alliance. Okay, the alliance. We'll play the alliance. All right. Local play. Solo. All right, we're going to play as the alliance, and the computer will be playing as the other three. All right, let's see. All right, see what you can do. All right, okay. Mouse wheel doesn't. That's what that does. Okay, the birds are doing that. Okay, my turn. Let's see. Go away. Let's see. Let's see, when we'll start somewhere off. Okay. Okay, we got one cat over here in this area. And we got one over here, and we got one over here. So you know what? I'll just start here. All right, we got some sympathy over here. Let's see. All right, we're going to mobilize since we got some places. So we're going to mobilize this, and let's see. We got rabbits over here, but I'm not ready to do the rabbits just yet. Okay, that's enough for supporters. We're gonna go. All right, the Aries are going. All right, they're building that. And they're moving out. They're just going straight for the cats. They got two roosts. They're already in the lead. All right, the vagabond's turn. Let's see what this bastard is gonna do. All right, he's sneaking over. All right, he's aiding. Who's he aiding? He's aiding the Aries. Okay, so it's clear that he's a friend of the birds. All right, he's exploring. He's got a boot. All right, so he's no friend of the cats for now. Oh, he's gonna aid again. Who's he gonna? He's aiding. Oh, he's aiding 3 times. He's the vagabond really likes the birds. All right, it's the cat's turn. All right, they're building that to get some extra victory points. All right, they're building a recruited office. They're overworking so they can build another workshop. All right, our turn. All right, we are going to revolt over here. Revolt! Get out of here. All right, no more revolts. No clearing I can spread some sympathy to, so okay. Let's see, I'm going to train. Discard that to train. Get some stuff going. And let's get some more. Well, let's mobilize some more rabbits over here. All right, we're gonna go. No. All right, we're gonna build up our forces. I want to get at least 3 here. That's all I can do, so we're just gonna end it. All right, the birds are going. What they're gonna do? They decree. Gotta build some stuff. They're recruiting. All right, they're moving out. Splitting up their forces. Oh, they're going into it. They're fighting. They roll, and it was a mad. All right, they got another roost on the board. All right, the vagabond's turn. Let's see what the vagabond's gonna do. I'm just gonna slip in here. He's gonna aid the birds again. No, he's aiding the cats. Okay. Vagabond is trying to play both sides against the middle. Okay, he's exploring. He's got a sack full of shit. Okay. All right, the cats are going. They're recovering what they lost in that small battle with the birds. You're getting some victory points. I need some victory points on the board. All right. So far, the cats and the birds have been ignoring us. We can't revolt, and we're going to spread some sympathy over here. And we're going to spread, we got 2 more over here, so we're going to spread some over here. All right, let's see what we can craft. I can get an extra boot here. All right, I'm going to craft to get some extras, to get a boot to trade with the vagabond if I need to. Let's see, and of course we're going to get our supporters. All right, we got 2 foxes, so that's good. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay, I got 2 actions, so I'm going to recruit. And now I'm going to move. All right. Let's start establishing some stuff. Okay, we're going to move. No, that's okay. Okay, we're going to move this guy. And we're going to move him over here. I want to move 2 over here. And I can't do anything else until I train another officer. All right. So far, like I said, the birds and the cats have been ignoring us, so that's good. All right, the birds are doing something. All right. Birds, they're going on the offense. Oh no, they're attacking my base. No. Let's see. Ambush. Defender may play this card to immediately do 2 hits. And let's go with this. Ambush. Got no choice. Wiped them out. Awesome. Whew. Okay, we survived that. Looks like the birds are starting to take us a little bit more seriously. All right, it's the vagabond's turn. All right, he's exploring. Got a hammer out of it. Another victory point. He's aiding. Who is he aiding? He's aiding the birds. He's aiding again. He's aiding the cats. Playing both sides against the middle. He's aiding again. Who's he aiding? Aiding the cats. Man, he's racking up the victory points like nobody's business. All right, the cats are going to go. All right, they got some ambush going on. They have built up a workshop somewhere. They're doing some recruiting. They just built. Oh, the cats and the birds are fighting. What do we got? What do we got? And the cats won that battle. And they took down a roost. All right. Our turn. All right, we lost. We can't revolt. We can't spread sympathy. So we're just going to do this. This is all that we can do. We're going to mobilize. Let's see. And who can I... we're going to recruit. And now we're going to fight. The cats. All right. Battle. Ah, stalemate. I don't know if that was good or bad, but at least we didn't lose anybody. All right, the birds are going. They're going. So far, they haven't had any. Oh, they're moving into our area. Outrage! Give me that shit. Stay out of our stuff, man. Again, give me some more. You gotta keep giving us our shit. Come on. No, no, leave us alone. I had to spend my last ambush. He's not going to take out all of them, but damn it. Your opponent has removed your sympathy token score, and tokens can be attacked in battle as much like warriors, but they can't fight back. Fuck. We lost the sympathy token. That sucks, but at least we fucked up them. At least we fucked them up. At least we it didn't. Again, leave us alone. Leave us alone, birds. What do we do to you? At least we're getting some supporters, at least. So at least we'll be able to do something on our turn. Alright, it's the Vagabond's turn. Vagabond's just been playing both sides against the middle. He's just been everybody's friend except for mine. Okay. He's exploring. Hey, Vagabond, you think you want to hook us up with something? Alright, it's the cat's turn. Hey, cats. Yeah, you remember when I attacked you like that? We were cool, right? I mean, it was a stalemate. I mean, no need to fight us. We're cool. We're cool. See, we're cool. We're all cool. It's the fucking birds that everybody hates. Alright. No revolts. Enemy stasis with 3 or more warriors costs you an additional supporter to spread sympathy there. Let's see. Alright, sympathy. I got a lot of sympathy to spread. And there's warriors in there. Alright. I'm gonna go 1 here. Go 1 here. Alright, we're gonna spread a lot of sympathy. This will cost 2. Fuck it, let's go. Let's go 2. We're currently in last place, but that's okay. Let's see, what does this do? Win the game if I can't really do anything with this, so I'm just gonna mobilize. Alright, we're going to recruit. Alright, 1 more turn left. Alright. You know what? It's time we start taking this fight to the fucking birds. These birds have been getting in our asses since day 1, and they haven't been leaving us alone. So if you know what, fuck them. Let's go after the birds. We're going after the birds. Fuck the birds. All right. Oh, turmoil. All right, they're recruiting. Stop going in our territories, man. All right, they're moving. Oh, okay. You want a piece? Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. You want some? You got it. You got it. Get it. Get it. That's where you suck. Fucking birds. All right, they're fighting the cats. They won that battle against the cats. And they've entered turmoil because they couldn't clear up, they couldn't get a building in time. So they need a new leader. Alright, they're going for the eagle. Alright, they have 5 roosts. Alright, the vagabond is Still trying to make friends with everybody. He's at 19 point. Oh, he's at 20. He's in the lead. He's about to win this game. And he didn't attack a single person. He's just been everybody's friend. Okay, he's helping me out. Now he's everybody's friend. All right, the cats are going. Fucking cats. Fucking birds. Oh, they're fighting. The cats and the birds are fighting. And the bird, it looks like the cats won that fight. And they burnt down a roost. All right, the cats are going after the birds. It's like a major battle. All right, they took down more of them. Okay, fuck the birds. The birds just got effed up. All right. All right, we're gonna do a revolt. I hate to do this to the cats because they just helped us out, but it is what it is. We revolt. Look at all that shit we burnt down. No more revolting. I can't spray any sympathy. You drew a card that you drew a card that crafts a sold out item. Tap the supply icon to view available items. Each player crafts, each time item player's craft is taken from the supply. Once the item is sold out, cards that reward that item can no longer be crafted. Okay. All right. Let's see. Smuggler. Let's see. At the start of Birdsong, you and another player can draw a card. You know what? I'm gonna build that. All right, we're gonna brutal tactics. All right, we're gonna mobilize, and that's it. No better yet. No, I might as well get as many mobilizers as I can out of the way. All right, where are you? All right, first and foremost, we are going to move. All right. Yeah, we're gonna move over here. Yeah, 2 will be good. All right, fucking birds. You think you can just start some shit with us? I don't think so. Alliance for life, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Get it. Get it. Get it. I'm not gonna do that. Lost one, but we took him out. Eat that. Eat shit, birds. And we took down a roost. All right. I can only recruit one more time. All right, we're going to recruit here. Your shared supply of warriors, officers is empty. You can free up room in your supply by using the organize option to sacrifice a warrior for sympathy. All right, I'm going to do that next turn. All right, the birds are going to go. Freaking birds. All right. Oh, they got a turmoil coming. Cats and the birds are fighting. The birds won that one handily. All right. They're going to take a move action at the evening. Yep. Why'd you come in here? Thank you. All right, the vagabond's going. Oh, the vagabond didn't really do much. Didn't do anything. He just skipped, so that now the cats are taking their turn. All right. They're moving. Hawks for hire. All right, the cats have taken the lead. It's my turn now. And we're going to revolt. Yes, we're revolting. Well, we're revolting. We're not revolting. It's... no more clearing to spread any sympathy. Okay, let's see what we can craft. That one. Let's see, we're gonna craft this. All right, let's see. Do we have any? Where are some mouse clearings? Okay. I'm gonna marshal our mouses. And that's enough for that. All right. Let's see. Actually, I don't like this bird being here, so we're gonna fight him. Look here, bird. Look here. We didn't start this shit. You did. Next time, you should have just stayed out of Alliance business. This wouldn't have been a problem. And now we gotta fuck you up. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right. Let me see. All right. We're gonna move you. I'm gonna move you. I said we're gonna move you. And I gotta go somewhere without any sympathy. And I'm gonna remove him. Place up a sympathy token. Okay. All right. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're not that far much behind. All right, the birds are going. Oh, no, 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 no. Stay away from him. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. I'm not going to waste an ambush if I'm already going to die, so fuck it. Nothing I could have done. Even if I played the ambush, it will only take out half his forces and I would have been done anyway. But I get outraged for it. Thank you. They got a roost. Anvil. Alright, the vagabond's going. The vagabond. Everybody's buddy. Okay, he's just chilling in the woods, repairing his shit. Alright, the cats are going. Alright, they're doing mass recruiting. Thank you. Alright, thank you again. Oh no, okay, okay. One-on-one. Let's do it. You know what? We ain't gonna have much a chance to use this, so we're gonna get an ambush just to take him out. I'm not gonna take the risk. All right, won that battle. Okay, it's our turn. No revolt. All right, let's start spreading some sympathy around. I got plenty to spare. This has cost me 3. This will cost me 2. Let me see. Do I have any? I already got stuff in there. I got stuff in there. Let's spread some down here. Nice. All right. That's a bunny. All right, I got plenty of foxes, so I can just spread some down here. With a bird song to activate. All right. All right, choose an action. Okay, we don't got no... I'm gonna marshal my forces here. And here. And... let's see... What does you do? Once daylight, you may remove one of your warriors to draw a card. Traveling gear. All right, let's play let's play this. Tax collector. So I can start spreading some more sympathy around. And I'm just gonna mobilize. Next turn. All right, let's see. Birds are starting to really piss me off. So you know what? Okay. First, we're gonna move up here. One's good enough. And we're gonna fight. All right, birds. You brought this on yourself. And I don't take any, I don't lose anybody. Fuck you, birds. Fucking chickens. All right. Let's see. And I don't really want to fight the cats right now. That 4-on-1, that's not really fair. So I am going to marshal some forces here. And I'm done. All right, birds. They're recruiting. I think they're still within their... I think he's still within his decree limit, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, hey, oh, no, 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 no. All right. You moving in our area. All right. They got to fight somewhere eventually. All right. They're fighting the cats. 3-on-1. Total victory for the cats. Emmy for the birds, and they've entered turmoil, and their leader has been deposed. The eagle. He lasted a long time, at least better than the vulture. All right. Vagabond's turn. Oh, he's steadily trying to prove his relation. Okay, he's moving here. He's just getting, he's probably gonna win this. All right, the cat's turn. Kitties, what are you gonna do? Scouting party. Brutal tactics. All right. All right, they're building something over there, wood, so they can get more wood. Entered in our area. Oh shit, they're really mobilizing out. They're getting us a lot of outrage. Okay, we got that. No revolts this time. All right, let's spread some sympathy around. I got plenty of, okay, I got plenty of bunnies. So if I go here, I can spread some sympathy over here, but I ain't got no mice. So I'm gonna try it over here. All right, and I'm gonna spend my last 3 foxes and a claw to get over here. Let's see. And I'm gonna do this. Okay, let me see what I can build. Remove all enemies from a rabbit clearing. Let's see. Okay, we got a roost over here in this rabbit clearing. This is their keep, so I can't remove anything over there. And there's a wood workshop over here, so that's not good. Let's see. Visit to friends. Sold out. And protection racket. All right, let's build protection racket. Got some coins. I'm at 28. Hopefully I can. All right. Let's see. Oh, I think I can just win the game right here. Mobilize. Never mind. Okay, I'm just gonna Get rid of all these. Get rid of all these so I can just build up some sympathy. All right, I've taken the lead. I was in last place. Now I'm about to win the game. All right. Let's see. All right, move. All right, I'm gonna send you. I can't send you over there. Move. Sympathy, sympathy. No, I'm trying to find some place where I can get some sympathy. Actually, I'm just gonna recruit. And let's see. Let's see. Close. I don't want to do that. And I can't do nothing. Nothing much I can do that turn, so okay. All right, this is a close game. The cat, so the vagabond is the only one I got to worry about right now. All right. Oh no, you bitch! Ooh. Oh, thankfully I survived that. Thank God. Outrage. I'm still in the lead. Thank you. All right, the vagabond's turn. Vagabond's the closest one that can actually do something, that can actually beat me. Oh no. Oh man, he's one away. He's one away from victory. 30 points, very victory points. All right, the cats are are mobilizing. All right, I got a mouse. All right, outrage. What do I get? A fox. All right, my turn. No revolts. All right, trying to spread some sympathy around. This should be enough. And that's it. That's it. Awesome. And thus the winner of our first game of Root is none other than the Woodland Alliance. Oh man, it was looking shaky there for a second. That sympathy train. That's right, Devil. The sympathy train was rolling through. Oh, that was nice. That was excellent. That was great. So yeah, that's Root. And I gotta say, my first time playing this game, I see why people love this game. I can see why a lot of board game collectors love Root. That was fantastic. The asymmetrical play, all this other stuff, the interactions with the other players, and I see why people love this game. Like, I picked it up cheap because today was the last day of the sale on Steam. It was like $7, and I really had fun with this. I really had fun with this game. This game is, I love this game. Yeah, that's right. Too sweet for the Woodland Alliance. And in case you didn't know, there are of course more factions that you can buy. You got the Lord of the Hundreds and the Keepers of Iron for the featured expansions. The other expansions, you have the Marauders expansion, you have the Underworld expansion, which includes the Underground Duchy and the Corvid Conspiracy. You have the Exiles and the Exiles and Partisans and the Vagabonds, the Riverlands expansion, and the Clockwork expansion, which is basically a refined version of the AI. Wow, if I had extra money, I would buy all these and I could play it on stream for you guys. I had fun with this. I really did. I want to play this game again. I really want to play this game. You know what? Let's do it again on Thursday. Thursday night, we're gonna get back here. We're gonna play some Woodland Alliance. We're gonna try another faction, and we'll see how far we can get. I love this. I like this game. I really do like this game. Say, I really want to play more of this game. So yeah, hopefully we can play more of it this Thursday, because nothing's going on Thursdays. But yeah, that was Root. Thanks everyone who came out, LPH and Devil, and everyone who watched the VOD. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button below. Patreon, I got a few patrons, $5 a month. Not much, but I don't care. I love any kind of support. So, sorry about that, a burp. So until next time, this has been Shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good night, and the Woodland Alliance is too sweet.